Hi, Brett here from Responsive Org Melbourne. I'm pleased to be here with Angus Florance from the Yammer team and Cai Kjaer, CEO of Swoop Analytics. So we've had a really good chat around Yammer, ESNs, and getting value out of those. So what I wanted to ask Cai firstly was, with the analytics you've done, the benchmarking, all that you've put over people's Yammer networks, what are some of the things that have really surprised you?
So, well, there's a lot of surprises. We now have the world's largest independent Yammer benchmarking data set. So we got a lot of organizations in there. We have a lot of data. So when we start to look at some of those patterns that emerged, there's a few things we thought was really interesting, and that did take me by surprise. So one, for instance, is that when you ask a question, the impact that has, that question mark, we see a discussion thread being 2.5 times longer when there's a question mark in it. And I think that even the spread, there's some people that are never ask questions, and then there's people that ask a lot of questions. And even for groups, you can see that there's some groups that are very good at asking questions and some that aren't. So that was a big, the variance of people that ask questions. The other one I'd mention is, and I use the word, other one I'll mention, is the use of the @mention feature itself. It's an incredibly powerful way of drawing people into conversation. And what we can see, you get up to, on average, I think it was 73% more replies when you @mention someone. And I think those two things have actually been a big surprise. Little sort of nudges in the way that you use Yammer that can have a tremendous impact on the conversations that are happening.
That's great. Thanks, Cai. So still on Yammer, I introduced Angus before. Angus is a senior product manager from the Yammer team. And there's a lot of people out there who I think would be very keen to have sort of 1 minute with this guy to ask him what do we expect to see coming from Yammer, say over the next foreseeable future.
Sure. So I should clarify, product marketing manager.
Apologies.
Because there's a little bit of fluff that I'll tell you as well. So I think the big one which we announced last week is the ability to do live video broadcasts in Yammer. I mean, that's something our customers have asked for at least a couple of years, and so to finally get that out in preview last week and have customers use that is going to be big, and that will go to general availability in September. So that's going to be a really big one and help again with the exec engagement, that type of scenario. We're doing some really interesting stuff. I can't give too much away now. We're announcing some things at Ignite in late September around some interesting stuff with SharePoint, some interesting integrations with Teams, a couple more community management features that are high on people's requests that we're going to get out soon. So there's some interesting things happening over for the rest of this year, and then we've got a big backlog of stuff we want to get through next year as well.
Great.
If you buy coffee, I can tell you more.
Yeah, very good. All right, well that's great. Thanks, gents, and stay tuned for more videos from Responsive Org. Cheers.